Hello, this is Mr. Mola for lesson 7-1, circles. We have some definitions to get started with before we get on with the lesson. So a circle, you don't know what a circle is. A radius is something we need to talk about again. Remember, a radius is the segment with endpoints at the center at the end of the circle. Basically halfway through the circles. So D and C will give me my radius. Diameter is a line that passes through the center and made up of the collinear radii, which means if it's collinear, that means there's two of them, and that would be our point from A to B, so it goes all the way around. Okay, so radius goes halfway through, diameter goes all the way through. Okay, there's also a center. There's another picture of the diameter and the radius. All right. One formula you need to know for today is circumference, and there's two ways to find circumference. You can do 2 pi r if it gives you the radius, or you can just do pi times d. Since the radius is half of the diameter is twice as big as the radius, that's why we can eliminate the 2. 2 times r is just going to give us the diameter. We also need to know how to find area. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So if they give us the diameter, we have to do some work to figure out what the radius would be. Alright, so for this one, for finding the circumference of the CD, it tells me that the diameter is 15 inches, so that I'm just going to use that formula, pi times d, to give me the diameter. Alright, since I know the diameter is 15 inches, times pi, which I'm just going to use 3.14, I can figure out that 15 times 3.14, just type in the calculator so everyone can see that I'm doing it, times 3.14. We'll give us our answer of about 47.1. There it is, 47.1 inches. Alright, moving on to area. A screen circle, if I have a radius of 2, so remember I'm going to do 2 times pi times the radius squared. There's a little sneak preview for that one. So 2 squared is 4. 4 times pi is going to give us a little over 12. And it's 12.6. Alright, this blue one, even though you already said the answer, so the diameter is 1. So I need to find out what the radius is. The radius is going to be 0.5. So once I square 0.5, so 0.5 squared times pi is going to give us 0.8. Alright, over here I'll write these out so we can kind of see. So I have my diameter is 5, which means my radius is 2.5. Remember, my area, formula for area is area equals pi r squared. I need radius squared times pi. Alright, so for this one, it's going to be 2.5 times squared times 3.4, which gives us about 19.6. Like in this orange one, it already gives us the radius. So I can just put in 1.5 squared times 3.14, and I get my answer of about 7.1. Alright, last set of problems. So they're going to give us our radius of 4, and we are finding circumference and area. Tell me you didn't see that. Alright, so my radius is 4, which means diameter is going to be 8. Alright, if we're finding diameter, or if we're finding circumference, remember this is just going to be 8 times 3.14. That will give me my circumference, which is going to be about 25.1. And then for my area, I need to figure out my radius squared. So 4 squared is 16. And then 16 times pi. Oops, not 9. 16 times pi is going to give us our area, which should be about 50.2. Alright, this one, I have 3.5 as my radius, which means my diameter is going to be 7. Since I know my diameter is 7, I can figure out the circumference in one step. So 7 times pi, which is going to be 3.14. So that means my circumference should be about 22 if I'm going to round that up. And then for my area, I need to do 3.5 squared. Squared button on here, so I'm just going to do 3.5 times 3.5. It's going to be 12.25 times pi, which should give me 38.5. There it is.